I have been to 4 points of the continent of Africa. I have spoken to people before we had flip phones, way before we had smartphones. Those were different type of Africans, different from the 1999 Africans. I met my first African in 1995 at the Chevron Corporation. I didn't know at the time that Chevron was trying to get their oil. But I had a very good conversation with the Nigerian. Fascinated me because I had just gotten back from traveling and I knew quite a bit of oral history in certain parts of the continent. And I was amazed that this man who was a millionaire at the Chevron Corporation making a deal, probably had 20 million at the time, he was saying. He didn't know which prince came before the last prince he was told about. He didn't know the queen who gave birth to the prince that he didn't know a lot of information. And I said to him, so what was the name of Nigeria before it was called Nigeria? He did not know. This is the problem that happens when you're having an intellectual, polite conversation with the continental person. We as FBA, ADOS, OSHA people, Geechee people, Florida Indian people, we know quite a bit of our own history, how it got that way. When you talk to people below the Congo, they've interacted with enough white folks that they understand how it got that way. When you deal with people above the Congo, they're not so good on how it got that way. And here's why. 2/3 of the tribes above the Congo were created by Iraqis, Saudi Arabians, and Syrians. So I say to people all the time, if you found evidence, not me saying it, if you found evidence that your tribe was originated by a Saudi Arabian guy, like he was the first guy who started your tribe, would you still be loyal to it, knowing that it's not African, that they were invaders? If you found out that the first queen who started your tribe was not African, that they were from Iraq. I mean, this is just you finding evidence. Irrefutable evidence, not questionable evidence, irrefutable. Would you still stay loyal to that? When you look at the continent above the Congo, so many people want their children to be Arab. They dress their baby daughters like Arabs. They have forgotten their gods. They don't know who Ga is. They don't know who Bromazi is. They don't know who Happy is. They have no idea who these African before 50 BC people are. They just have not people, entities. They have no idea who these entities are. And these were their originals. Here's why. The Arabs would come and destroy all that African history and say it's haram, it's against God. Wow. So you as an Arab, you don't even have peace with me having my God for my children. In order for me to practice Islam, I got to destroy everything that came before Islam. Let's have that discussion. Let's talk about that. Why do I have to destroy everything that came before Muhammad was born in 570 BC? Why do I have to do that? Or the Portuguese, or the white pastor, the white friar comes to the lands of the continent and says, this is the Dark Ages. You got to burn it up. You got to tear it up, destroy it. It's against God. And that same friar goes back and strategically tells his king of England, king of France, hey, here's where they got their weapons. Here's where the gold is. Is the friar being a spy under the guise of holiness? Is that of God? But all that is cool. Let's not even bring it up. I retract everything. Let's not even bring it up. You're right. I don't live on the continent. Let me be quiet. So when continental people come to the United States, why are they so vocal? You tell me I should not point these things out. Cool. You say, hey, I'm not from the continent, I shouldn't point these things out. Cool. Then why, when you come here, you're constantly on the microphone? Why? Do I say, hey, Congo people, you hunting baboons? Why are you showing these Chinese people how to get to the richest part of the Congo? Why are you trying to split the DRC for the first time in history? Why are you trying to help them do that? I don't say that. I don't say that. I don't say, hey, you Congo people could have more if you would lease access to your stuff and not just give ownership. I stay on mute. I don't mention that stuff. But when my continental cousins come here to this land, all of a sudden, they are speaking. You can't shut them up. There was a time when the Ethiopians and the Somalians used to verbally attack Black Americans all the time, until things start getting worse in their land. And the karma start backfiring on those Somalis. The karma start backfiring on the Ethiopians. And then the Ethiopians decided, you know what, we just gonna be cool. We about to get our dam and our electricity. We just gonna chill out. We got our airlines. You know what? You right, Americans. Let me shut up. Then the Eritreans start popping off. Happens time after time. What I have found, though, white Americans don't have to do a lot. Russians don't have to do a lot. Poland, Romanians, none of these, Turkey, none of these white places have to do a lot. Since the days of the Punic Wars on the Mediterranean Sea, I have realized through reading history, Black people want to verbally police Black people. You can critique like I'm critiquing right now, but to police someone is something totally different. And this is the power of white supremacy. Listen to me. Whether it's on the continent, or whether it's here in America, or whether it's Canada, the power of white supremacy is Black males are willing to police Black males verbally through insults and shame, but don't want to receive it back. When I look at Asians get all their power because they don't have a lot of shame in their community. They just don't. Amongst the men, they just don't. But Africans and blacks constantly insult each other. You can say something so well researched. Hey, killer whales are not whales. You sound stupid, dumb, idiot. All these labels, oh no, I'm not attacking you. Why are you so sensitive? Oh my God. This is our technique. Just insult after insult. And then when you point out that they're insults, oh, nobody's attacking you. You're so sensitive. Are you a snowflake? Just constant combativeness. This is the strength of white supremacy. Because I think the Arabs have triggered the minds of Africans to make them this way. When you look at African history before the Arabs came over in 600 BC, before they came over the water, Africans used to be all about their sons. It used to be about their sons, their sons, their sons, their sons. Arabs come over, teach the Africans to be all about their women, their women, their women, their women. Not their sons. Sons come third. Women come first, daughter comes second, sons come third. So you looking in history at so many examples on how the mind of the African goes from sons and nephews and lineage to how can I please this woman? And then the captured people who were sold off to the Portuguese, they get brought over to America, England, and other places, and then we're told, hey, put this woman before your own son. And dudes do it. So I'm going to end on some critique about Americans, because it's good to be fair to both sides. It's good to be fair to both sides. What if I told you that the white supremacists, the real power of the white supremacists, is the guy in the hood who's willing to shoot, rob, and fight you? If you took away the hood guy, there were no more hood guys. If we went back to the 1950s, where they're just mostly working stiffs, which is what they used to call them, and there's mostly owners and managers, we would have do way much more than white folks, like we once did. I think the only thing that really holds us back is the villain who looks black, the villain who looks like us. We can critique our continental cousins in Africa all we want, and that's cool. But it's not cool because if you're not being attacked, there's no reason to start an attack with our continental cousins. Remember, California is bigger than Cameroon. This is a mathematical fact. Cameroon is smaller than California, but they call that a country, and we call California a state. This is Mr. Research, C. Latray. Leave a donation if you like. $5, $10, $20, anything helps. Let's have some more conversations. AFADI Africans versus these African Americans. What does AFADI mean? AFADI Africans are different from other Africans. Different. AFADI Africans' logic is all about a quick dollar. Anything for $1. I know it don't make sense right now, but it will. I'm going to do some more on this series. If you have any suggestions on this topic, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. And I'll delve into it on my next video. Much love. We'll be talking to you soon.